Hey, on DNVR Buffs Live, the latest on JuJu Lewis watch. And the Buffs are showing up at Von Miller's Sack Summit. That and much more. Let's dive in. Let's go.
Welcome into the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Race Toyota stores. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR. It's DNVR Buffs Primetime, presented by Illegal Pete's. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Kind of Monday vibes out here today.
Big time.
A little overcast.
Big time.
It's Monday-ish in this office.
Yeah.
It's like dark in the bar.
Yep.
But we're going to power through. We're going to help everyone get through their Monday.
Yes, we will. It's actually really nice outside.
Also, it feels like everyone should, it never works this way, but like holiday week, short week for everyone.
Yes.
Shouldn't you dump, 5 days of energy into the 2-3 days you actually have to work this week?
Exactly.
No, everyone goes the opposite way. They're like, let me just go into autopilot, cruise my way through these 2 days and get my ass on vacation.
No, we're here to remind everyone we got to finish this week strong, even though it's a short week.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into what's gone on over the weekend. And really, again, dominated by Julian Lewis.
Yeah.
He posted a story on his Instagram going out to dinner, wearing CU stuff.
What a snipe by whoever was the first person to notice that.
And then met up with some fans somewhere, apparently head to toe, CU stuff.
Yeah. So let me just start here. First of all, this is why I love college football. It's the only place where you get to do this.
It's so good.
Like NBA free agency is going on right now.
Yeah.
No one's being like, Contavious Caldwell-Pope was spotted wearing Magic gear.
Right.
He had a Magic towel while he was doing shoot around. College football is so silly in this way, and I love it about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fantastic that we get to do this, and it's the fun part of recruiting. Honestly, some parts of recruiting are kind of dumb, but this to me, like, I like this. I like the following. I like the fans diving in, the internet sleuths finding out who's following who. I've had multiple people DM me about who's following who,
who's unfollowing
who. Yeah. And like, it's just great. I love this about college football. So you have to understand as I'm breaking down what JuJu Lewis is wearing, I fully understand the silliness of it.
Yep.
But I also love it. Jake, we talked about this a little bit last week.
Uh-huh.
And I'll start, I guess, from the USC perspective. If a player is locked in with you, they are not wearing another team's gear.
No, they are not. Absolutely
all
not.
over town. Not in, like, there's two parts to this. First one is at the rivals camp.
Right.
He's got the Colorado towel and the Auburn football.
Yep.
No USC anything to be seen. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine if you're like dating a girl and she goes and gets some other guy's name tattooed on her arm?
Yeah.
And then she's like wearing a t-shirt with another guy's face on it. You're like, I don't think this is going well for me right now.
Right.
Like, that's not your girlfriend anymore. So that's where I start with it. That was public.
Yeah.
And I think that says something. That he was willing to do that publicly. Again, not the be-all, end-all, whatever. I take more away, though, from the picture that he wasn't planning to take.
The one with the fans.
The one with the fans.
Yes.
That wasn't performative or anything.
No.
He went into his closet, picked out what he wanted to wear that day or that night, and it was mostly Buffs gear.
Yep.
That's not an accident. It's not, and even if it wasn't all that thought out, when he was picking out what he was in the laundry room or in his closet or in his drawers, he's looking what he wants to wear. That's what stuck out to him. That's what he wanted to pick. And so again, it doesn't mean anything. I shouldn't say it doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean that they won.
Right.
But to me, it's symbolic in the sense that Colorado's right in this thing, if not the current pole position.
They
Is that
have
an
to
F1
be.
term?
It is.
So did I use it right?
Yes, you did.
Hell yeah.
Great race over the weekend, by the way. You're absolutely right, though. And the interest has only been growing, I think it's even before the Rivals camp. We were talking about the towel like a month and a half ago, like a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And that's from one of his first 2 visits. He comes on this last official visit, obviously, and then now he's decked out. It also helps, I think, CU has the best colors out of the 3 schools.
Yep.
So,
best colors possible.
There you go. Alyssa, can you pull up the tweet that I sent you? Because there's another part of this, too, and that's Chauncey Gooden.
Yeah.
Who committed to Colorado shortly after his visit last weekend, too, with JuJu. But he goes to Twitter, and he's been really embracing Colorado since his commitment. Mm-hmm. He had the tweet last week like, "This is my home. Now I'm gonna take care of it," or something like that. Yeah. And then he puts out this tweet over the weekend. It's a photo of him and JuJu on the throne in the stadium taking those OV pictures, and it says, "I need my QB1. Let's be legendary."
Hell
at
yeah.
JuJu Lewis 10.
Epic. Did we get any internet sleuths to look into if JuJu liked it? Was there a response?
You can't see likes on Twitter. You can't see likes
anymore.
I know, yeah.
Damn. What about
There's the picture.
What about TweetDeck? Can you open up the activity and still see if people what people are liking?
I actually haven't tried that. I don't know.
That used to be a fun way to discover stuff like that. Yeah, this is great. I love that they're posing for pictures together. I love that Chauncey is putting the full court press on.
Yep. He's doing his thing. And JuJu giving the buffalo horn, too.
How do you feel about that? The buffalo horn as like
I like it, bro.
So here's my thing. I'm kind of anti like hand symbols.
Okay.
As just like a thing to do in like I don't know, the camera pans to the crowd and people are like, do it. This one kind of works in pictures though.
Yes.
Like it looks sick in pictures.
Yeah. No, it's pretty much perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
Like you can't think like ASU has like the forks or whatever, and that's like, all right, whatever, dude.
I just remember one time like it panned to the crowd and I was watching with Bryce and like there was a person there like going like this, like holding up to CU, and I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
That looks silly.
No.
So I'm in on that one though. It's kind of swaggy. It's like low key. It's fire.
Speaking of hand signals, did you see that horns down is not in the EACFB game?
Bro, why do we act like horns down is like a slur?
It's crazy. I have no idea.
It's unbelievable.
Like at least put it in there for Oklahoma. You don't have to put it in there for every team.
Put it in there for everyone. I want to do horns down every touchdown I score.
I would love to as well, but
yeah, no, it should be in there for Oklahoma. And then EA came out and said, like, we're only doing positive hand signs.
It's college football.
Also, just like, what is going on? Like, how is this been so protected? The conference is giving out flags for it. Like, what super sensitive Texas fan is paying people off to ensure that as few horns down symbols are out there as possible?
It's probably the people that Will Greer did it to when he beat them in overtime a few years ago and it was born. Those are probably the people campaigning.
It's one of the oddest parts of college football is the fact that you can't do horns down without upsetting people.
It's a penalty.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like you might get more severely penalized for that than just like flipping the bird.
Legitimately, yeah. All right, moving on. We have Media Day representatives for Big 12 Media Day.
Okay.
For Colorado.
Yeah.
Shador, Shiloh, Travis, and Mate.
Let's go. I love it.
And Coach Prime.
And of course, Coach Prime, star-studded lineup.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to do the Instagram followers count again. Remember I did that last year, the total Instagram followers?
Oh, yeah, that made people very mad.
Yeah, it did. It's crazy, man. I mean, just the star power that Colorado brings with them. With all due respect to all the other programs, like the average person maybe knows like 5 other people that are going there, whereas 4 out of Colorado's 5 representatives are like superstars.
Yes,
national level superstars. So it's really cool. And then Coach Prime, he's always just throwing a bone out there for the little guys. I love that he's bringing Mark Bissett along for the ride. He's great, man. And by the way, we've talked about Mark Bissett. Neely's talked a lot about Mark Bissett. Coach Prime has given Mark Bissett his love. But I'm all about, what do your peers think about you? And I got a chance to hang out with CSU's punter a couple weeks ago.
Interesting.
And he was just at the same event.
He's
as I
Aussie
was.
too, right?
And he's also another Aussie. He was actually hilarious. Respect to him. I asked him who are the top 5 punters in the country, and he named Mark Bissett immediately.
Let's go.
So a lot of respect for Mark on the punter in the punter circles.
Excellent. Love to hear it. I think he might be the only punter coming to media day. He is.
Let's go.
Let's go through this list here kind of quickly. No Dylan Edwards. K-State is bringing 5 players. No Dylan.
What was it? Gotta go where you're loved or something?
You said it, not me. ASU not bringing a quarterback. Tell you what, that is not a good sign.
Never a good sign. It's like that should be like the new. If you have 2 quarterbacks, you have one or you have none.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't bring a quarterback to media day, you got problems.
Cincinnati also not bringing a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But Iowa State, who's got Rocco Becht, who's I guess one of the better returning quarterbacks in the Big 12, he's not going either.
That one's weird.
That is weird. Cam Rising will be there. 5 players for Texas Tech. Ollie Gordon, Cam Rising, Noah Fafita, Tedero McMillan, all the headliners. Jalen Daniels. No quarterback for BYU. No quarterback for Baylor.
Yep. So what were the teams that we said were fighting for the bottom of the Big 12?
Cincinnati, Baylor,
BYU,
ASU.
Who was the other one that we mentioned? I feel like there's one more team that we said.
Did we say Houston or no?
Yes, Houston. Are they bringing their quarterback?
They are bringing their quarterback, yes.
Okay, I would adjust Houston maybe a little bit if they have a quarterback and those other 4 teams don't.
Let's see. Colorado, along with Arizona, Baylor, Houston, BYU, Kansas, UCF, and West Virginia. That is on Wednesday, day 2. The other half are day 1. That's ASU, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati, TCU, Iowa State, Texas Tech, K-State, and Utah.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I'm excited to see how they lay it out there in the Big 12.
It's going to be at Allegiant Stadium. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of people to talk to. A lot.
Oh, yeah. Also, I'm curious why Colorado didn't bring 5.
Who else would you have brought?
Ooh, good question. The first person who came to my mind was Cam.
Of course, yes.
But, of course, no one's allowed to talk about him,
Nope.
so that's confusing.
Yep. The governor.
Could bring the governor, for sure. Maybe go like LeJonte,
Yeah.
Sheppard.
Yeah. Justin, Khalil,
Yeah. Oh, I got mine. Nikai Hill-Green.
or Jordan Seaton.
Or Jordan Seaton. Jordan Seaton will have his time, for sure.
Yeah. Nakai's a great one, though. Or Nikhil. Nakai?
Nikai. The only thing I'll say about it is, so I'm guessing, well, I don't know how they laid it out, but Travis kind of counts as 2 players, because he's representing the offense and the defense.
Right. Oh, that's a great one. I don't even want to save that for questions. Just my opinion says most asked question for Shador and Travis at Media Day. What do you think it is?
Oh, man.
Travis it's easily. So wide receiver or cornerback?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
Yeah.
That's a good one. There will be a quote that comes out that goes viral from him where he's like, I'm going to play both in the NFL.
Which he said for the last year.
Yeah. But it will be like Travis Hunter says.
Yes.
He's playing both positions in the NFL, clarifying, blah, blah, There is going to be what is Shedeur going to be asked the most?
Do you think he gets asked about the off-season drama?
Yeah, I mean, he will get asked some of those questions, I'm sure, but I don't think it's going to be like every stop he goes to.
Right.
Whereas like Travis, it will be that way.
What if it's like whoever it is interviewing throws out a team? Would your dad let you go to this team?
That's actually what I was just going to say. Like something about like not going to certain teams in the draft.
Yeah, we're here in Vegas. Do you think your pops would let you play for the Raiders?
Oh, that'll happen for sure.
All right, let's take a quick break. Shout out to our friends over at Vestibule. As fans, we support our favorite players, buying train cards, buying jerseys, all sorts of memorabilia. Vestibule is a cool new app that allows you to actually invest in some of your favorite athletes. They've partnered with Denver Broncos outside linebacker Baron Browning for their first athlete. He's in a contract year. He's been through a lot, injuries, position changes, coaching changes, but he's primed to break out this year for the Broncos and could break the bank with a contract extension after the season. Invest in his IPO now. Shares are live and available for purchase, and you can make money alongside Baron as he searches for his second contract in the NFL. Shares are limited. Go download the Vestibule app now or scan that QR code on the screen and invest.
Also, shout out to Lucy Nicotine. We've been loving the care package that they sent over to us. If you're into the nicotine pouch game, you got to check out our friends over at Lucy. Upgrade your nicotine routine by going to lucy.co/buffs. Are you still? What's your favorite flavor right now?
Mango, bro.
Mango. All right. I actually have come around a little bit on the mangoes. I do like them, but
These things actually taste good.
they
Is
do.
the thing.
The flavor is legit.
Yes.
I was on a little bit of a run with the espresso ones. I was really enjoying those this weekend.
I'm just out on coffee in general, so
We know.
nothing personal.
So anyways, go to lucy.co/buffs to get 20% off your first order. They offer free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you don't like it. Of course, Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Oh, let's just scroll up real quick. Chase had a great comment for most asked a question at Media Day. Asked why he doesn't pay for every walk-on's tuition.
So dumb.
Oh, that's great, bro.
Not the comment, just the idea that he would do that. Think about what you're suggesting.
Well, this came from...
I know.
Okay.
I know. The person who said that.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, I'm not rocking a mullet for whoever asked that.
Does it look like you're rocking
I don't
mullet?
know. That's what someone said. Warren Sapp at Vaughn's... what is it called? Pass Rush Sack Summit? What is it called?
It's just the Sack Summit, dude.
Okay. I call it the Pass Rush Summit. That's what I thought it was called.
I think that's what it was originally called. Also, I had some people in my mentions being like, wow, just copying Tight End University. It's like, no, Vaughn was doing this before.
Yes, this was the first one.
Yeah, I think it actually was the first summit. Now he's got Max Crosby and Cam Jordan involved, which is cool. But I couldn't believe how viral that post went. I kind of thought that was like just for us Colorado fans. Like, oh, look, check this out. Coach Sapp is on the ground here. And it's like my biggest tweet in months. Really cool to see Coach Sapp there. And even just a little clip that I shared, just watching the way that him and Vaughn are teaching that technique. And it's just a really cool thing about, I think, the football culture. Mm-hmm. I don't really see this happening in other sports where the players, especially young and old, are getting together to share game,
right?
Yeah. And trying to help each other. It's kind of cool, like just from this like pass rush thing. It's like us versus them, for pass rushes. It's like us versus quarterbacks. Like we're trying to get ours.
Yeah.
And I love that they're willing to share information with each other, to try to help each other, not just get better, but make more money,
Well, that's exactly it. Like you think about the NFL and you wonder why, like, all these pass rushers group up, why all the tight ends group up like that. This is what happens anytime any of them get an extension. They all cheer each other on. They're all congrats because they all know that they're next in line probably. Mm-hmm. But one of the coolest parts of that video, and of course, so Arden Walker and Brandon Davis-Swain were there in the background, which is cool.
Are we sure those were the only two Buffs there?
Arden definitely confirmed he was there. I haven't seen anything from Brandon, but I haven't seen anything from anyone else either. But one of my favorite parts is like Coach Sapp and Vaughn are like talking about, you know, how a DT handles like a twist and how an edge rusher is like going to play off the DT and all this. And then it's just Cam Jordan on the other side is just like, oh yeah, like giving his pointers at the same time. Like it's super collaborative between them all, which is cool.
I hope there was more Buffs there. But you know, obviously Coach Sapp and Arden and Brandon can come back and pass along some of what they learned there. But I just think that's a really unique opportunity that obviously with Coach Sapp going, they probably had an even better in to just take advantage of that knowledge. It's a rare thing to be able to be around the best in the world at something when you're trying to be one of them. So hopefully there's more, but obviously hopefully they took detailed notes with stuff they can pass on.
Yep. And you've seen, if you've watched Well Off too, Coach Sapp kind of pokes at Arden a bit, and you know he was giving him shit for his like broken hand and stuff. I think Arden might be one of Coach Sapp's favorites.
That's great.
All right, we've got projected Big 12 standings that I want to talk about. I sent it to you, Alyssa. It's in Buffs assignments. This is from Kelly Ford, who is the Ken Palm.
Oh, really?
Of college football analytics and rankings. Yeah.
Who's Ken Palm?
Yeah, his name's Ken Palm. He does.
His name's Ken Pomeroy.
Well, either way, it's Ken Palm. But he makes basketball analytics, does all the like bracketology stuff. Basically, just deep dive in the numbers of college football. If you could zoom in on that picture, though, Alyssa, please. So he made projected Big 12 standings here. This is the percent chance for the team to win a number of games. So at the top, it goes all the way up to 9, down to 0. Colorado comes in at 11th on this list.
Mm-hmm.
They are, according to Kelly Ford, they are most likely to only win 4 games in 2024.
In for a bad time for these rankings.
The second most likely option is 3 games.
I'm telling you, man, this guy's gonna have to like delete his account or something.
They have a 2% chance to win 7 games. Only 9% chance to win 6 and be bowl eligible.
And this is telling me that they have a 0% chance to win 9 games because it's not on there?
Yeah, yeah.
Or 8.
Or 8, no. He's not even giving him a shot.
You can't. All right. Bet.
It says their average is 3.8 wins. The top of the line is K-State.
But look at how is. So K-State's average is 6.5 wins. That's the highest in the conference.
Like average of like the simulations run is.
But don't you think that's weird? Doesn't that sound weird?
Well, I don't know why he cut it off at 9. First off, because the conference winner is probably winning more than 9 games.
I'm guessing it's because there was no one who registered on a 10. So you're saying there's a 0% chance of anyone in the conference winning 10 games. Look, I'm not a math major. I was told there would be no math in this job. It doesn't. This doesn't make sense.
Why are you making us do math then, bro?
I'm not trying to do math. You're the one who brought this up.
I just wanted to look at numbers. I didn't want to do math.
Who's doing math? I'm just saying it has to be at a 0. That's why you didn't put a 10 column in there.
Okay. But yeah,
I'm bookmarking this. Sorry, Kelly.
Do it.
I'll be back for you later.
It's already got 6 bookmarks.
7 now.
The teams in order are Kansas State, Utah, Kansas, Arizona, Oklahoma State, UCF, and TCU. That's his top 6, according to this model simulation, whatever it is.
Nope.
No. Well, everyone else can bookmark it too.
All right. We'll see you later. We'll see you later, Kelly.
All right. Let's go Guess we'll talk about Major Preston for a bit here. We haven't talked about him for a minute.
Love it.
But he is scheduled a commitment date. He will be choosing which school he's going to college to on July 6th at 7 p.m. We haven't really talked about him too much lately, and he's been visiting other schools.
We did get him ranked, though.
Yeah, I think we got him the 4-star, right?
Yeah, well, remember, wasn't he unranked?
Oh, that's what it was, yes. Yeah. He was unranked on 247.
And I was like, this guy's got to get ranked. And then just then he was ranked.
He put Colorado in the top 6, Oklahoma, Virginia Tech, Mizzou, Ole Miss, and Florida. He has taken OVs to Mississippi, Ole Miss, VT.
Oh, good. Not to distract, but
what?
Good comment from Jake, who says maybe they're only talking about wins in the Big 12. So 9 would be the max.
See, this is why we don't do math. Answer's
That
right
is-
in front of us.
This is why we have a team of people around us. This is a community.
Yes.
It takes a village, you know?
Yes.
That is a good point, and you're definitely right.
So Major Preston's taken OVs to Florida, Ole Miss, and Virginia Tech. I don't know if, because he came the week before the spring game. I don't know if that was an OV or not. But either way, he's visited a lot in his top 6. CU, again, it was April 20th, so it's been a few months now. How do we feel about the IMG to CU pipeline right now?
Well, I feel great about that pipeline, but I will say in the same way that it feels like all of the buzz is trending towards JuJu Lewis coming to Colorado, you would have to admit that the opposite would be true here, right?
Yes.
There hasn't been a lot of buzz, not a lot of fanfare around this for a while. So it feels like, you know, the momentum has probably shifted elsewhere.
It's looking like Virginia Tech, if I had to guess.
Okay.
247's Virginia Tech site has written a lot about him recently. So,
All right.
let's take a quick break and shout out our friends over at Bet365. I love Bet365. They're the best. I love their early money line payouts. It makes betting on college football a lot of fun. And they have them for every sport, too, actually. They even have it for baseball. I don't know the number. I think it's like 4 or 5 runs
Okay.
for the early money line payout in baseball. But basically, if you have a team that crosses that threshold, they get up by 4 or 5 runs, the money line just cashes. Boom. Game doesn't even have to end. It's just done right there. For football, it's 21 points. I like to use it on those big money lines, big ranked teams against, smaller schools and stuff like that. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. All you need to do is deposit $10, place a bet of $5 or more, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets with their bet and get offer. Even if the bet doesn't hit, all you have to do is deposit those $10, place a $5 bet, and you'll get $150 in your account. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
I had a brutal beat yesterday on
Is this what you and Dre
Bet365.
were talking about?
Yep.
What happened?
I mentioned it on the show, I think on Friday, that my guy was in the pole position, if you will. It's a racing term.
2. Wow.
Akshay Bhatia. Leading after round 1, leading after round 2, leading after round 3. Leading, heading into the 18th hole, tied for the lead, I should say. Heading into the 18th hole of the tournament. I should say the 72nd hole of the tournament. On the green in 2. 2-putt sends him to a playoff. 1-putt wins. And he 3-putts.
Oh, no.
And loses the tournament. It was
Oh,
plus
man.
2,600. I'm hurt. Anyways,
Maybe they need an early money line payout for golf.
would have been huge. Would have been huge. Anyways, you also got to check out our friends over at True Fan Travel. Last year, we went to the TCU game. It's still all anyone can ever talk about is
Yeah.
how much fun they had at that. Every time I see someone who was there, it's like seeing an old friend from like summer camp when you were a kid.
We have a deep bond.
Yes,
A
exactly.
Fort Worth bond now.
Yeah, we were co-stars in a movie because it was a movie. It's going to be a movie again at Nebraska this year. The hotel rooms are sold out, but you can still get in on the ticket and tailgate packages. So head over to truefantravel.com/trips to book your spot today. And be on the lookout for more road trips from True Fan Travel.
Speaking of Nebraska, Matt Rule was on Joel Klatt today.
Okay.
Are you going to be tuning in?
Nope.
Okay. Fair enough. Just figured I'd ask.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me to watch that man talk.
He's I
did hear he had something nice to say about Shedeur, though, so that's
he
good.
did. And Coach Prime.
That's nice.
For now, we'll see what he
likes to take
chooses.
his shots, in veiled ways.
He likes to play the ignorance game.
Yeah.
Or the
because remember last year he was like, yeah, we're not gonna have cameras in our practices, and this, that, and the other.
Yep.
We know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah. All right. Get your questions and comments in the chat right now in the Toyota chat. We'll get to them shortly. Just a few more things I wanted to touch on. Utah. This is big news today. Probably the biggest news in college football of the day. But Utah named defensive coordinator Morgan Scaley as Kyle Whittingham's successor. There's no timeline for Kyle Whittingham to leave.
This is so dumb.
But he's obviously planning on leaving. Is this the last year that Utah has Kyle Whittingham leading them?
Oh, that would be incredible. No way this other Jerry will be able to keep things up. Kyle Whittingham, great coach. The successor thing got to be one of my least favorite things in sports. The named successor. It doesn't do anything other than get that person a raise, so good for him.
That's exactly what just happened, yes.
But guess what? If someone comes to him at the end of this season with a bigger paycheck, he's no longer the successor. He now works for Clemson or wherever,
Right.
So it's kind of no news, but it does, I guess, lead you to believe that eventually there's going to be someone else. Like, remember, Josh McDaniels was at one point named the successor to Bill Belichick.
Well, he fucked that up.
Just like he did everything else in his life.
Yes.
Except for, I guess, being Tom Brady's offensive coordinator. That was a
well,
good
he
move.
did the Raiders, right?
Yeah. Anyways, the successor thing is just silly, but good for this guy. He got a raise.
Kyle Whittingham turned 65 in November. This will be his 20th season as the head coach at Utah. He's, of course, their winningest coach of all time. Again, he said there's no timeline. What?
Girls Club said he kept it cute about Shedeur and CU, but I realized he sounds a lot like Porky Pig. That's incredible.
Is that his new nickname now? PP?
Yes.
There you go. But Utah, they are pretty much the favorite to win the conference this year. Widely considered the favorite.
Yeah.
Because of what Kyle Whittingham has built this program into.
Yeah.
So is it possible for Morgan Scaley or whoever it is to sustain this? Is there a blueprint out there that you can look at and point to and say, this is what Utah has to do? Or is this going to be like a K-State situation where it's like Snyder leaves,
No, it is. There's only certain programs out there that are immune to losing their juice.
Yeah.
It's Georgia, it's Alabama. Even Alabama had a down spell before Nick Saban got there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that goes into it. Like, no one is thinking about Washington right now as a team that's going to sustain success. Am I right?
No.
Like, no one's like, oh, Washington. They're Washington.
Right.
They're going to continue to be good because they lost Kalen DeBoer, who was a really, really good coach. The same thing will be true of Utah. They did a great job. They obviously had Urban Meyer at one point. Then they got Kyle Whittingham.
Yeah.
They've had a long period of sustained success, but they don't have a brand at all. No one thinks of Utah as like a powerhouse football school. They think of a team that's had a good run.
Right.
And they have had a good run. And it will be over when Kyle Whittingham leaves.
So Cam Rising has been at Utah for a fourth of Kyle Whittingham's career.
Really?
If he's going in year 5 or 6, this is year 20 for Whittingham. That is insane.
That is crazy, man. Cam Rising. Dude's old.
I agree, though. But this is, I think, part of what makes the Big 12 like one of the most fun conferences in America is everyone looks at Utah right now, but if Whittingham leaves, it's like, well, who's next? Like, you can look at K-State, Oklahoma State. Who knows how long Gundy's going to stay there, too?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot at play with this conference.
Absolutely.
A lot changing.
And it's why I've said for a while that the conference wants Colorado to be their crown jewel.
Yep.
As they should.
All right, last thing I have is just some realignment stuff. Rest in peace to the Pac-12 network. It's over. RIP.
One of the worst TV channels that I've ever had the displeasure of having to try and find.
Yeah.
Now, some very good people worked there.
Yes.
And so I'm wishing them the best on their, whatever their next chapter is. No disrespect to them, but the product itself, the way it was marketed, all of that, basically anything that Larry Scott was in charge of was terrible. And it is the reason why there is no longer a Pac-12 network.
Well, Kleofkov didn't really help out the situation either.
Yeah, I mean, he literally got dealt like a 3 and a 2 in his blackjack hand.
Yeah.
And was asked to get a 21.
Sure. But I don't know. I just think that there's a path to saving this conference last year, the Pac-12, and it obviously didn't go that way. Someone in the comments said that this is Cam Rising's 7th year.
So
he'll have been there for 35% of Kyle Whittingham's career.
That's insane.
That is ridiculous. Sticking with realignment, Texas and Oklahoma have officially joined the SEC today. So the Big 12, as it stands right now, is only it's actually at 12 teams right now. So the Four Corners schools, these Pac-12 schools, don't actually join until August 2nd. So I saw a lot of people out there just excited about, we're in the Big 12 now. No, we're not yet.
August 2nd, you said?
August 2nd.
But we can participate in Big 12 media days.
Look, man, I don't make the rules. I just used the Google machine,
Good on you.
Thank you.
Then we can probably have the Big 12 patch on our jerseys in official visits.
Hopefully. Wayne, thank you for saying I did the quick maths off the top of my head. I did use my calculator, though.
What was the math?
7 divided by 20. Rising started at Texas. Not all 7 were at Utah. Okay, so around 30% of Kyle Whittingham's career, Cam Rising has been in Salt Lake City.
It'd be interesting to see how he comes back from that injury. Mobility was a big part of his game.
Yes, it was. Yep.
Almost had like a power run aspect of his game at some points. We've seen it time and time again, and how it's really hard to come back from those injuries and be the same guy. Now, he'll be 2 years removed from it.
Yes.
But when those recoveries take that long, it worries me more.
So the timeline is he tore it in the Rose Bowl in 2023.
Yeah.
So literally like January 1st, 2023 is when he tore it. We went to Media Day last July. And he said he was going to be ready to go. Obviously was not ready to go. Didn't even play last year. So yeah, over a year and a half. It's a long time, but I mean, only 8 months to get ready for last year. That just wasn't going to happen.
It's time for my guy to head over to Indeed and get a job.
He should be graduated by now, I hope.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else before we get to questions?
No.
Yes, Reef. What part of we don't do math do these people not understand? I needed a calculator for 7 divided by 20. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this doesn't go in evenly.
No.
That's what she said.
Do you have anything else?
No.
All right. Let's get to questions, Alyssa. TB says, hello, I'm going to be at the homecoming game. I will be there that Thursday. Could I come and watch your show live?
Come on down.
DM me. DM the Buffs account or DM RK.
Yeah.
That is a good point, Chase. He screwed that knee up pretty badly.
Yeah.
I think it was more than the ACL.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I will say also, though, that having a quarterback that old is such an advantage in college football with that much experience. But Colorado obviously has a 4-year starter as well, which is a huge advantage.
Yes.
It's insane.
Just my opinion says, any news on Coach Prime bringing in new coaches? Not that I've heard.
Oh, in terms of the new rule, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. No.
Not yet. I think you're right about Coach believing in not too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yes.
I just do think they'll be able to use the loopholes that this now presents to allow their guests to be more hands-on.
Right. I mean, and I don't think you're hiring many coaches. I guess this is when Pat Shurmur came along, was this time of year, or even later. So I don't think you're making any massive additions, but you got to think about how big college staffs actually are. Like,
oh, yeah.
They're massive. Of course, there's the head coach, there's 2 coordinators, then there's 9 position coaches, then there's at least 6 or 7 GAs, then there's quality control coaches, then there's your recruiting staff. Then there's just like people who work in the building, like compliance, all these different like areas. This is a massive team, and yeah, too many cooks in the kitchen, I think, is a massive. It's something you don't want to do.
Yep. What else we got?
Ayo, it's Grizz. Y'all ready for Dynasty Deep Dive tomorrow from EA? 11 long years, fellas. We are here. So we're getting... I don't know how long the video is. I think it might be out there. It's going to be longer than the other Deep Dive videos.
Okay.
But I saw it was like 17,000 words on Dynasty mode that they're publishing on the site. Like,
oh, it's a written thing.
No, it's both.
Oh, okay.
Like, but they're going deep dive on this thing.
Let's go.
Which gives me a lot of hope for
that there's a lot to be dove into.
But there's just like, obviously it's been 11 years, but that they've added on like so much more to it. And when you think about it, there was a lot more that college football, NIL, the portal, like stuff like realignment, the coaching carousel were already in there. Recruiting was already sick in the game in 2014 too. But now it just seems like they've actually really improved on almost everything to do with Dynasty, which is sick because it's my favorite mode.
Same. To me, it's really the only mode.
Honestly, though.
Yep.
Cameron asks, is there a reason I don't see Will Sheppard on the roster?
Probably not. His profile is still there. I just double-checked. His profile is still like on the website.
They haven't updated this thing in a minute, though.
So who knows? Like I said, probably 99% sure it's nothing.
I mean, do we even have like... Yeah, it's fine. We don't even have like guys who have committed recently on here.
Next one from Houston, Texas. Says, RK, saw you on the Rob the Man show. When are you going on the show, Jake? I was on with B. Watts, Rob the Man, and Coach Dre last night. Fun conversation, talking ball with the boys. They said they love you and they want you on there sometime too. So
all right.
You'll have to hop on sometime.
I will. Pamela asks, I've got tickets to the NDSU and the K-State game. Got to meet you guys this time. Tailgate or a meetup at the bar?
Tailgate for sure. We'll be
Definitely.
there. Should have a tailgate for every game this year, home and away, but 100% yes on the home games.
Yeah, we will. We'll let you know about all the tailgates and stuff. Or more that we have going on. Francois Simmons?
Mm-hmm.
No,
that was right, dude.
Okay. Any live show plans for this fall? On campus pregame show would be a lot of fun to hit up before going in. Chem 140 takeover? I don't know what that means. But
Chem 140 is a classroom at CU.
Oh, okay.
So he's saying take it over for a live show. That would actually be really cool. Unfortunately, there is a lot of red tape when it comes to broadcasting live from campus before games.
Yes.
So unlikely,
but
unfortunately.
We do have something very cool that we're going to announce.
Someone actually commented on the show that I was on yesterday. I was like, I'm so tired of RK teasing that thing. But I'm just really excited about it. It just has to be, in its final form. It's like an artist painting, their most important piece. It's like they're not going to show you a preview before they finished it.
Trying to think of the word.
The magnum opus.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yes.
This is my magnum opus.
Okay.
So it's gonna be really cool. I'm sorry that we can't reveal anything yet, and I wasn't gonna tease it anymore after reading that comment. So
what is the timeline for announcing? Because I don't even know.
Soon.
Okay. We're in the same boat here, chat.
We've got a big meeting tomorrow. So.
All right. Cool. What team are you most concerned about Colorado playing this year?
Probably Cheap Shot University, because I'm worried that they're going to cheap shot our players.
Honestly, yes. Straight up.
Just a dirty team, dirty town, dirty fans.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be like that this year again?
Yeah.
Because I think that their coach kind of directed that. He led that charge.
Yeah, no, but in terms of winning the game, I'm not worried about it. But
no, of course. But I mean,
well, also, I think they're going to say it worked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you take out someone's best player.
By the way, I was around some CSU fans a couple weeks ago, and they were legitimately flexing that they lost close. That was they were trying to dunk on me,
bro,
about losing.
This is what their fans have been saying on Twitter for the last 8 months was, oh, but you only beat a 5-8 whatever
this
Mountain
is a
West
direct
team.
Quote. Talked all that shit before the game, and then what happened? I was like, we won. What do you mean? And then what happened?
Yeah,
it was insane.
Jerry says, any word on that commitment from Spatanatang?
We do need him, dude.
We need him.
We need a dynamic tight end.
He's only a 3-star. You think he's got it in him to play at this level?
Anyone who didn't see that episode has no idea what's going on.
No, they're very confused right now. Just think about that. Someone watched this for the first time when you made me read that on air.
Yeah. They were probably like, this show rules.
Either that or they're like, these guys are such idiots.
Yeah, we are.
Room Changer says, does Prime and Norvell shake hands after the game?
Yep.
Think so?
For sure. They did last time.
Well, they met at midfield. I don't know if you'd say they shook hands.
I don't remember.
Anything else?
By the way, the funniest thing about what everyone's laughing in the comments that a close loss is a win. That's probably the tweet I've had that touched a nerve with them the most of any tweet I've ever said about CSU.
What'd you say
and
again?
I said, is that loss the biggest win in CSU program history? And God, they were so mad about that one.
They're feisty, man.
Yeah. But that's how you know it's good.
Yeah. That is true. Anything else?
Isa says, RK, who's smarter, CSU or Nebraska fans? Sadly, I think I have to give this one to CSU fans because at least they're smart enough to live in Colorado.
That is true. Nebraska fans they're different, man.
What? Oh, man. Well, first of all, did you see the tweet I had where 2 Nebraska fans were fighting with each other in my mentions,
yes.
not realizing that they were both Nebraska fans?
Yes.
That was prime. That was really good. And then there was something else this weekend that I saw with them that was like, goodness gracious, these people are not bright.
They just got so mad over the CFB rankings, which was crazy.
Yeah, no, they did. But there was something else. Oh, man, why can't I remember it? It was so funny. Oh, it was the tweet that Dalvin had about Jackson Darts.
Oh yeah.
Because Jackson Dart like chirped some player on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Dalvin was on top of it and said something along the lines of like, he's supposed to be a leader. How could he be doing this on Twitter?
Right.
Clearly being sarcastic.
Yes.
And there was like 30 Nebraska fans in his mentions being like, real rich coming from you as a CU fan. And it was like, you completely missed it. Like, not even close. That's just a daily occurrence for them.
Their brains just move at a slower rate, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Dalvin though. That guy's hilarious, man.
He's got some bangers for sure.
I don't think I've got anything else. I think that's it.
Anything else from the comments?
We're gonna have a few guests this week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be an odd week, obviously, with the holiday.
Yes.
But we are getting ready to record a show that I think you guys will enjoy with a guest, and then we'll have Neely on, right?
Yes. So tomorrow will be the last day that we're live, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Wednesday's show, it'll be a nice guest that you guys like, and then Neely is scheduled for Thursday or Friday. Sorry,
Friday. Thursday will be off.
Yep.
For the holiday, so it should end up being a great week. Even when we're not live, always doing our best to deliver you guys some great Buffs content.
Yep.
Appreciate you all for tuning in every day.
Yep. Keep an eye on the site too. I've got a few things that plan to come out this week as well. So, all right, we will see you guys tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.